Dan Campbell and the psychotic Lions do it again. Welcome into Four Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. I got to tell you, Thursday Night Football has absolutely delivered this year. Al Michaels made a joke at the end of the game with the games this year making up for the last 2 years. Detroit beats Green Bay 34-31, game-winning Jake Bates field goal to improve to 12-1 on the season. 11 straight wins for the Lions. Packers fall to 9-4. Detroit clinched a playoff spot in the NFC with the win. Green Bay going to be fine, but their chances of winning the NFC North are virtually nil. Lots to get into from this one as there's a lot of angles here. Dan Campbell, is he a little too crazy? Wow, what a game. We'll get into all of it here on Four Verts, but hit the subscribe button because this is what we do. We react to big games. We give our opinions and analysis on the latest news around the National Football League. We also do some college football content as well. Crunch time, down the stretch of the season. It's getting fun. Subscribe for free. We're like 165 subs away from 5,000 on the channel, so help us get there. We would greatly appreciate it. 34-31. What a game, first of all. Before we just get into specifics, the whys, the why nots, this is just an awesome game. I mean, you're sitting there watching and you're like, this is a playoff game. This is a high-level intensity playoff game, and, you know, the defenses weren't great. Detroit is super beat up, but, you know, the decisions by the coaches in this game is just fascinating. And Dan Campbell, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. The guy is psychotic, but you know what? He's psychotic in a way that is under control, if that makes sense. Like, he is who he is. In terms of, I believe in my guys, I'm going to go for it on fourth down, especially in big, crazy spots, including that last one where on third down, David Montgomery gets tackled about a half yard short. They run the clock down to about 45, 46 seconds left, and conventional wisdom is kick the field goal, go up 3. Green Bay is going to have about 40 seconds left to get into field goal range. Dan Campbell says, nope. I'm going to go for it, get the first down, and I'm going to kick the field goal with 0 seconds left because I don't want to give Jordan Love a chance. Now, he would be getting destroyed right now if they got stuffed on fourth down, and even if Green Bay didn't score and it went to overtime, that decision would be highly criticized. But you know what? He doesn't care, and he can live with his decisions. And that's why, if you're a Lions fan, you got to have all the belief in the world in this guy, because the one thing you cannot have as a head coach is indecisiveness. Now, that doesn't mean if he kicked there, it would have been a bad decision, but you have to trust that whatever decision he makes, he is behind it 100%. I think in this analytical world and in this world of uber aggressiveness, sometimes you find coaches who there's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. I wouldn't have done what he just did, but I understand the thinking behind it. His defense is beat up. He's given up 31 points tonight. He's saying, you know what? I don't want to give Jordan Love a single second. 40 seconds is too much. I don't know if we could stop him. I'm going to go get a first down. And it worked. And the Lions went for 6 fourth downs tonight. They got 5. The one they didn't get was on their own 30, which, again, psychotic, but it's who they are. And the players feed off of it because they say, that guy believes in us. That guy thinks we can do it. And when you do that over and over and over again, and you pay off the coach consistently that you can get it, you believe it as players as well. The coach believes in you. The players believe in themselves. Could Dan Campbell cost him a playoff game with fourth down decisions? Yeah, it could happen. We saw it last year. They went for multiple fourth downs against the 49ers, where if they just kick, they probably win that game. But you can't really change who you are. What you can't do is send mixed messages to your players. Now, again, I think in that last one or on your own 30, if you want to punt there, if you want to kick that field goal with 40 seconds left and instead of rolling the dice there, I don't think that's mixed messaging. But going for it is a clear message, and it's like, yeah, this is what we do. Fourth and less than a yard. We have the best line in football. We're going to go get a yard. and they got 5, even though Jared Goff got stepped on by one of his own linemen, still was able to hand it off, and Montgomery plowed forward for 5 yards, ran the clock down to 3 seconds, kicked the game-winning field goal. So Detroit wins an epic game. Jared Goff, 3 touchdown passes, 2 of those on 4th down inside the 5-yard line where they went for it. And hey, I think part of it too is feeling out the game. I think going for those 4th downs inside the 5 in a game like this makes sense. Your defense is struggling tonight. They're winded, short week, all that stuff. Injuries. I mean, they kept showing the injuries, like everybody's hurt. Whole team is hurt on defense. And they needed touchdowns tonight, and they converted 2 on 4th down. They get the 4th down to set up the game-winning field goal with no time left. So, you know, I do think sometimes it feels borderline insane, some of these decisions. But when it works, it works. And again, it's a part of the DNA and the belief in your football team. So you have to respect it. You have to respect it. Could it backfire in a big spot in a playoff game? Yeah, it could. But you know what? You got to respect who this guy is and his belief in his players. And why wouldn't he believe in his players? He's got a damn good football team. They've won 11 games in a row, and they're one of the most injured teams in the National Football League. It's pretty impressive. Like, they're beating a good Green Bay team with a lot of injuries. Like, that says something. Now, Green Bay came out firing to start the second half. They were down 17-7 at halftime. Touchdown, picked off Goff, touchdown, 2.5 minutes into the half. They take a 21-17 lead, and then it's just back and forth from there. Fantastic game. Josh Jacobs rushed for 3 touchdowns, crossed the 1,000-yard mark on the season tonight. Jordan Love, kind of a funky night, 12 for 20, 206 yards and a touchdown. The Packers only ran 45 offensive plays, so just one of those weird games where the possessions and all these things were just kind of weird tonight. But you look up the scoreboard and it's 65 total points between 2 teams. And, you know, a couple results and effects of this outcome tonight. A couple things. 1, Detroit clinches a playoff spot. 2, and probably more importantly, the NFC North is now a 2-team race. The Lions are now 12-1. The Vikings are 10-2. Just for housekeeping's sake, Minnesota this weekend, if I can find their schedule, they play the Falcons at home. That's right, Kirk Cousins coming back to town. If they win that game, they're a game back. The Vikings and the Lions play each other week 18. So it is very much on the table that game could determine the NFC North still. It's kind of crazy that the Lions are having this historic season, especially for their franchise, and by the end of the weekend, they may only be up 1 game in the division. Now, Green Bay, while losing tonight kind of obviously sucks, injured division hopes, the good news is that there could be a situation where you're just resting in week 18. They're 9-4 now. You look at the Packers' schedule coming up here. They play at Seattle next week, New Orleans at home, at Minnesota. They probably only need to win 1 or 2 of those games. They end the season against Chicago at home. Chances are Green Bay will be the 6th seed. Now, if they beat Minnesota, could they catch them for the 5 seed? Yeah, they still could. That's still on the table. But most likely they'll be locked into the 6th seed, and that means more than likely they will be facing the NFC West champs in the first round. And whether that's Seattle, Arizona, you're going to like that matchup if you're Green Bay. So I think the Packers are still in a good position. They're built to go on the road if they need to and win a playoff game or 2. But losing tonight all but ended their chances of winning the NFC North. I mean, they're 3 games back with 4 weeks to go, and the Lions have swept them now. They're not catching Detroit. That ship has sailed. So we'll see where it goes. Jeff Hafley's defenses, I don't want to say fallen off, but it's slipped a little in recent weeks. I mean, that Lions offense is obviously very tough to go against. Christian Watson had a big game. You know, I don't think Green Bay necessarily did anything wrong tonight. They came out of the gates a little bit slow. That probably set them back, but 24 points in the second half against this Detroit defense. Pretty good effort. You know, Detroit going for that 4th and 1 late. You know, you had a chance. If you can get that stop, you're about 40 yards away from field goal range to go steal this game. But the Lions find a way. Their aggressiveness pays off. They are one step closer to the North, but again, only a game and a half clear of Minnesota right now as they improve to 12-1. Green Bay falls to 9-4. Awesome game. Like I said, the Thursday night games have been fantastic this year. Kudos to Amazon. It's pretty clear they lobbied for better matchups, and we've gotten some good ones. It takes a little luck to get these close games, but there's been some fun ones, no doubt about it. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Four Verts as we react to Thursday night football. My name is Harrison Graham. If you love the NFL, if you enjoyed tonight's show, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Videos every single day, NFL, college football. Conference championship games start tomorrow night. UNLV, Boise State, win and get in scenario to the college football playoff. So that'll be fantastic. Full slate of games on Saturday, and then on Sunday, more NFL action. So lots to cover here on Four Verts. My name is Harrison Graham. Subscribe, and we'll see you soon.